All right, let me expose you to the reason why most setters are stuck between $500 to $1,000 a month. Sometimes even less than that. I speak to a lot of you guys and you're stuck around this mark, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why, and it's actually really silly. And hopefully you're gonna apply what I teach you in this video and start to fix it, because it's a huge problem, guys. Because I know setters making 5K, 7K, some of them, and this is very high level, I'm not gonna try and sell you the dream, are making 10K, okay? And the reason why you're making 500 to 1K is because you have an ego, my friend. You have an ego, right? What I mean by that is you are thinking that it's just as easy as, oh, let me just send some DMs to some random business owners, right? And just get on a roll and, oh, all of a sudden I'm gonna make $5 grand a month. It's not that simple. I get messages all the time, oh, I'm watching free YouTube videos on how to land roles. Do you know how complex it is to actually find an offer that can pay you $5 grand a month? You have to vet a business, vet a person before you get on. Anybody can say 3 to 5K OTE, on track earnings. Anyone can say that. It's words. Okay, you need to learn how to actually vet it yourself and verify that it's actually true. Okay, because otherwise you're gonna get screwed. And it's just so annoying, guys. Okay, get the ego, like just drop it, leave it at the door. You need to understand you need, right, to be able to assess these things. You can't just expect to make $5 grand a month by sending like 1 or 2 DMs. It's a bit more complex, okay? First of all, if you want to find a business that's going to pay you more than $3 grand a month, they need to have a very high ticket offer, a validated business, lots of lead flow coming in, happy setters and like an active sales team structure, right? And also doing at least like multiple 5 figures a month, like 20 to 30K a month already. Because OTE, and this is the biggest trap you guys fall for, OTE means you'll make 3K to $5 grand a month if you can hit our targets. Now, somebody can say in the small print, our targets are that you do 200 dials a day, book 20 appointments and 10 of them close. Do you have any control over any of that, right? When you get on like a dialing roll, for example, do they have 200 people per day to give you for you to dial? That in the ICP, good fit kind of leads, right? How can you guarantee that they've got that? Okay, you need to verify they actually have that, right? So that's the $200 part. What's the other one? 20 appointments per day, right? Can you guarantee that the offer that you're going to be sending to these people is desired by the people you're actually going to be selling it to? Is the offer already validated or is it brand new? Because if it's a brand new business with a brand new offer, you have no proof that people actually want what they're selling. So how can you book 20 appointments if you have no proof of concept with the offer that you're actually selling? It's ridiculous. Okay, and the next one, 10 of them have to close. Do you have any kind of control over whether these leads can close? Can you control the person's sales skills of them taking the call? Because you're not taking the sales call, guys. You're booking the appointment, right? So can you control whether they can actually close or not? You have no guarantee that they actually have good sales skills. And you can't even see that until you've actually looked into the back end of the company and seen the closing rates of the past 3 months, right? Or actually, worst of all, been on the roll, seen that they can close at 5% and get paid nothing for it. That's why pay per sell I'm so kind of like wary of, because pay per sell is like, oh mate, I'm gonna get free work out of you. And if I can close, yeah, you'll get 5%. But the person can't close. They have no validated offer. The ticket price isn't even high ticket. It's like 1 to 2K. They can't even close that, right? And because you book in 100 calls and because they can't close, you've done all of that work and you've been paid nothing because they couldn't close and their sales skills sucked, right? That is why you're stuck on roles paying 500 to 1K, because you're not validating the business or vetting it beforehand. And that's exactly what you need to do, okay? They need to be dialed in. For you to be on an A player offer, the person you're working with needs to be an A player. You need to get the whole thing out of your head of just applying to roles and making $5 grand a month. OTE a lot of the time is a scam. You need to know exactly what you're looking for. So that's just one point I want to cover. Okay, the next one is none of you track your metrics. How can you expect to make 5K a month if you're not even tracking your inputs and your outputs and the processes in between? Okay, what makes you think that you're just going to hop on a roll, send a few DMs, not track the people you're speaking to, not track the entire journey from inputs to positive replies to calendar sent to appointment book to show rate to close rate? What makes you think you're going to be able to make $5 grand a month? 5K a month is a great target, but you're not actually looking at the intricacies of what goes into that target. Okay, you need to have like a certain amount of leads per day, right? A certain amount of people that you can actually convert into positive replies, right? People that actually go into the calendar sent stage, and also appointment booked rate, and also show rate and close rate. Okay, you need to vet these things beforehand, and you need to track it and track the entire journey and make sure they're hitting KPIs and actually hitting the KPI percentages of the conversion rate for each stage. I've got a video running you through exactly how to do this, by the way. If you want that, just follow and DM me on Instagram at Aidan K Social, and I'll send you over that tracking sheet and also the video tutorial of how to use it as well, okay? But yeah, if you're not tracking your metrics, tracking your inputs, tracking the journey of the people you're speaking to, you don't know what you're doing right or what you're doing wrong, because you don't even know what your KPI metrics or percentages are for appointment booking rate. You probably don't even know what ABR is or show rate or close. You probably don't even know these things. Yet you have an ego thinking that you can make $5 a month just by hopping on a roll and speaking to some people. You have no skill. You're a complete beginner. You're not tracking your metrics. You haven't validated the offer beforehand. That is why you're stuck on 500 to 1K. Okay, you need to take some accountability. This space is not that easy to get into by yourself. You don't know what you're doing. Okay, if you knew what you were doing, you'd be on a good roll already. I get people asking me, how do I find a better role? How do I find a better role? I offer to help. Oh, I'll just carry on sending DMs and see what happens. Yeah, keep doing that and see what happens. You've already gotten yourself into this position. What makes you think that doing the same thing is going to get you into any better position, right? It all comes down to like, is you validating the offer beforehand, tracking, right? And being willing to learn new things. And do you know what the scariest part about all of this is? You don't really have any leverage compared to AI right now. You're a DM setter. You're not willing to do dialing, for example, which you should because they pay more, right? You're a DM setter that is crap at what they do. They don't track or anything about their entire process. AI can do it much better for $20 a month, right? So if you don't fix this issue with your skill and also getting on better roles, people are just going to start paying like a new ChatGPT model to get into their DMs and do it for them. Right? So you need to fix this now. Get this ego, like just drop it, okay? Because you're screwed if you don't fix it. And the whole ego around not wanting to do dialing, oh, because I'm scared, oh, I'm an introvert, oh, I don't like doing dialing. Bro, I'm an introvert too. I don't want to speak to people on the phone. I don't want to do cold calling. Do you know what I do want though? I want 5 to 10 grand a month. I want that more than I don't want to speak to people. You're telling me you want a $5 grand a month setting role, but not willing to put in the work to do it. You've been sold the dream of, oh, just send DMs. Oh, it's that easy. It's not, okay? And the fact that you think it's that easy and trying to do it yourself with no help is why you're stuck at 500 to 1K. And you are going to be completely redundant and replaced by AI in the next 6 months if you don't fix it. And just by willing to get into dialing, not only is it going to increase your commissions and income, okay? Because, for example, dialing roles, if you actually vet an offer, which by the way, I teach you how to do on this channel. If you want more videos on that, just drop it down below in the comments. They pay like a 1K to 2K base, depending on the offer, if you validated it, which is not that hard to do if you actually if you use the framework that I give you, right? Which I can make another video on if you want that. 1 to 2K base salary, and then like sometimes a pay per appointment model as well, and then 5% commissions on like a 5K product. Not only are you going to increase your commissions, you're also going to become extremely AI proof. No setters want to do dialing, right? So you're going to completely overtake the shit setters as well. And also being willing to get on the phone, having a bit of banter, right, being confident and being human, right, is really going to make you AI proof in the setting world. So you're going to triple your commissions and become AI proof and stay in the game long term just by doing those things, okay? Validate offers beforehand, make sure they're actually a good fit, they have the leads, high ticket price point, can close, good closing rate, all of this kind of stuff, right? This is a story for another day, but you need to actually understand the business you're working with. Track your metrics, right, to see what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because otherwise, for example, you're not going to be getting the appointments booked mark per month and thinking, oh, it's my script, let me change my script. And then you'll change something that actually isn't the problem. If you track to the journey the entire way through, you'd know what the problem is and you know exactly what to fix. Sorry, as a wasp. You'd know exactly what to fix straight away if you track the entire journey. But because you don't, you're going to change variables that don't need changing and mess up the system even more and reduce your commissions even more, okay? So validate the offer, track your metrics, and stop being scared to dial. You want cash, you want to do well, you want to be AI proof, pick up the phone and do some dialing. You can make the same amount of money that you're making from your job right now in dialing just from a base salary. Before you've even done one dial, right? You can near enough match the same amount of money you're doing at your job. And that's not including the commissions you'll get on top. Dialing is not that hard to do, guys, okay? They will give you a script and everything. They'll give you an SOP. All you need to do is have a pair of balls, right? And just get this crap out of your head. Because DM setters that are crap what they do are going to be replaced by AI, right? And that's going to be even worse because you're making crap money as a setter, and then on top you're going to get kicked in the nuts again with AI coming to wipe you out and put you back in that job you worked so hard to quit, okay? So yeah, if you want my personal help doing this, learn how to validate offers, track your metrics correctly, and get into dialing the right way, especially as an introvert. If you're that scared of it, I'm an introvert too, and I managed to overcome that fear. And I teach people how to get good at dialing and also overcome that fear as well within setting. There's going to be a link down below in the description to book a call with me. I'll run you through exactly how I can help you actually do this properly and start making good money as a setter and stop scraping $500 to 1K a month. Booking that call, and I'll guarantee that you will land a high-paying setting role, right? Within 60 days of running my strategy. Otherwise, you're not going to pay me a penny. So if you're serious about making this work, you don't want to be replaced by AI, and you want to stop scraping $500 to $1,000 a month with setting, book in that call, and I'll show you how to do this properly.